3 months ago I stepped off a plane in Da Nang, carrying nothing but 2 bags and a dream. This place grew on me faster than I expected. The people, the culture, and of course the cost of living. Mornings here still feel like a gift. The oceans don't shout, it whispers you awake. The streets are alive before the sun is even willing to awake. Full of people who move with purpose, pride and joy. It's hard to explain unless you've lived here yourself. Back in Australia felt like a noose around my neck. The bloated bills, the unrealistic rental costs, fuel prices changing daily, price gouge groceries. Every month was a reminder that surviving had replaced living. Here in Vietnam, my eyes and my soul opened up again. I found time, I found space. I found a version of myself I thought I'd misplaced between mortgage payments and unrealistic power bills. What started as a leap of faith has become something simpler and far more beautiful. A home, a real one. Not because of walls or an address, but because of how it makes me feel when I wake up every day. So if you watch my first month here, if you felt the same pull towards something different, then welcome back. 3 months later, the story hasn't cooled, it's only grown stronger. Hit that subscribe button, settle in, and let me show you why leaving Australia for Vietnam was the best decision I've made in years.
So it's hard to believe it's been 4 months since I've been made redundant. It's been nearly 3 months since we've been here in Vietnam. So reflecting on the 3 months that we've been here, yeah, I feel at home. I'll be honest, I really haven't thought about home much. I don't miss all the stress that I was under when I was there, whether it's financial stress, the work pressure. I've really been able to take the time to just enjoy the moment, you know, be in the present, and that's something that I lacked when I was back in Australia. Good morning, good morning. So the start of our usual daily routine is we go for our little morning walk off to the market and my favourite coffee shop, which is probably about a good 20 minutes from here, but I tell you, it keeps us fit. So the one thing I wanted to show you guys is how you find your cheap rents, and this is a good example by just walking around, adventuring around like we do, and this is what you get. Hello. You can find all of these places around here, because all of these little back streets here, they're all full of these studio apartments, and a lot of them are brand new. So there's one here that I found, and it's even got the price on it. Studio apartment. Look at that. All right, welcome. This is the front door entrance, and this is our very simple studio apartment. So we have our bed over here, we have our little table, park views, and we've got my little studio desk set up there where we do all our post-production. And we have our cute little kitchen here, and then over here is the bathroom in there. It's very simple, everybody. Very simple and very cheap, but I love it. It's a stark contrast from what I'm used to, but it's awesome. So here we are, still in our studio apartment in Da Nang, and it's been, 2 months since we've actually been in this particular room, but I'm loving it. I really love the downsizing. I've got my little studio space over here. I love it. It's just a cute little nook. I don't know, everything's just manageable. I don't have a yard to look after or any of those sort of responsibilities when you're living in your own house or you're renting. But yeah, I kind of love it. And I've had a few comments, people saying, oh, you live in a shoebox, you've got to get a bigger place. But honestly, guys, welcome to Asia. These studio apartments are very common. Also in Bangkok as well, in Thailand, in the cities there, they're all the cheaper end of the markets, the studio apartment. Now, like I said, that suits me fine. I'm used to living in the big houses and having all that extra work that comes with it and the responsibilities. But here, I'm loving it. I just pay my bills and we just have to clean a small little area. Really here for work and rest for most part. So yeah, we're pretty active here. It's all happening Saturday morning, busy, busy, busy. Hello. Very friendly. Something that I'm discovering the more time I spend here, I think you open yourself up to more greetings. I don't know whether it's just a vibe thing, but yeah, I find now, I've been here for a while, I get a lot of greetings. All right guys, as part of our routine, we generally, we go out once or twice for lunch or dinner a day, and that definitely does not happen in Australia. Yeah, it's just amazing, the contrast really. And it's not just that, it's the social aspect of going out, having a meal, and again, I never took that time in Australia to do that, just to sit there, enjoy each other's company, and enjoy food. I'm loving it. The finances, let's do a bit of a catch up on that. I reckon we're on par from the first month, so I'll cost average it and let you guys know, because we're definitely living on the cheap here. I can say that we're living under 1,000 Australian, let alone 1,000 American, so we definitely busted that one. So yeah, and that's, you know, that's two of us here. If I was by myself, I reckon I could live out here for probably 800 a month, easy. And that's Australian dollars, so that's pretty good going, guys. So honestly, if you're thinking about coming out here, it's totally worth it. I'd be making your plans, strategize, do whatever you can, save all your bottle tops, because when your time comes, you're gonna love it out here.
So after 3 months of living here, the question is, can you live on 1,000 US a month? I reckon you can easily do this. In fact, I reckon you can live off 1,000 Australian dollars for a couple, and that includes some basic luxuries. Here's a breakdown of our living costs over the past 3 months. We spent 5.3 million in rent. We spent 300,000 for Wi-Fi and water utility. We spent 1 million on power, and that's being pretty conservative with the AC. The fan is totally fine here in the wet season, but you'll spend more during the hotter months. We spent around 10 million a month on food, and this includes booze and eating out. Again, I was too lazy to separate these costs as they were so small. You'll definitely save more money by buying your beer by the case, lads. So the grand total came to 16,610,000. As I mentioned, we still went out to eat twice a day on average, but cooked at home once a day. Yeah, sure, it's cheaper to eat out every night, but if you're health conscious, you definitely want to eat more meals at home. I also went to the pub about twice a month. And heads up for you professional bar flies, bars are still far cheaper than the West, but it can add up if you go regularly. The cheaper beer in a bar is around 40,000 a bottle for local brew. I've seen imported Guinness bottles sell for 150,000, but who drinks bottled Guinness, right? Cocktails for the ladies can sell for 150 to 300,000 depending on the venue. I've also mentioned before, I don't drink anything in Southeast Asia that's not in a sealed bottle. Every time I've broken this rule, I've paid the price. But that's a personal choice, so drink at your own discretion. Thank you all for taking the time to tune in, and I hope to see you all in the next episode. Stay tuned for the next episode. And do us a favour, everyone, hit that subscribe button. It's the best way you can support us right now.